because I am is with me. And I know that if he went through trials and tribulation, I know that it is working for my good. It is cultivating me to who I'm supposed to be. And he's saying, where I'm taking you, I don't want you just praying for a headache. I want you to see people that's lame and say, Lord, they need their legs. I want you, if you don't believe God for a headache, you can't believe God for cancer, AIDS, and no COVID. You can't do it. I'm just keeping it real. So he said, that's why I got to cultivate you. That's why I got to bring you to where I got to have you. I'm the truth. I'm the way. God, I don't know what to do. That means you ain't talking to God, because he's going to tell you. Because guess what the way sometimes to say? Be still. Then sometimes the way Chris, they'll say, hey, I want you not to take on so much because you looking for 5 jobs to do what I want to do, but I'm going to let you get tired out. Because in 5 jobs, it look like it's bringing money in, but because you ain't in position, I'm still not going to let you get ahead. And you're going to be like, Lord, when I had one, I did way better than this. Lord, how did you do? Because I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. See, in that, sometimes, Danielle, when we realize who I am is, Father allowing it to happen, when we realize that, Raquel, we realize that when he says, I order your steps, sometimes, Tonya, it don't look like he's doing the ordering, but he is. Sometimes, Natasha, it looks like, I want you to hear this, it looks like you're really going backwards, and it looks like, oh, Lord, I turned on the wrong street. And he said, no, it's the right street. Because, see, you're going to not only do ministry here, but it's somebody that's going to bless you. That if you wouldn't have been in the right place at the right time, it looked like the devil was winning. And all I said, baby, be still. Hey, I'm working it out. I'm going to give you strategy. I'm going to do this. See, listen to this. He's letting us know on tonight, Kristen, when you end up really knowing that he is the way, that means that another person can work with you, make more money than you, and you have more than them, because he is the way. And so it also lets us know, too, that sometimes we can be in a situation and we're saying, I'm in between blessings and God is with us. Raquel, he said, sometimes I give you something and you say, oh, but I'm not ready for this. I can't do this. Who told you that? Who told you that if I presented it to you, why did you question it? Because I am. He's telling us on tonight, he'll position us like Zelophehad had daughters. There was no woman ever got blessings, but when Zelophehad died and Moses was getting ready to cross over, their daughters went to him and said, hey, will you give us an inheritance? We won't have husbands, but we want some land. Moses said, I got to go to God about this, cause no woman get nothing. God said, give it to them. I want you to hear this. And we don't even know that God bring us and connect us because we never know who our Moses is going to be that's going to give it to us. But if they would have gotten with Korah them and began to talk, they would have ended up getting out of position and would have lost everything. If some people have said, you know what, I'm going to tell you, I didn't even think that I was going to have this. I didn't even think I was going to have that. I said, me either. I was in a situation, got in a situation, didn't live where I wanted to live, didn't drive what I want to drive. But God said, hey, I'm going to give you strategy. I'm going to tell you to do this. I'm going to tell you to save money this way, save money that way. And everybody that looked like they were so far past you, I'm going to let you hit the wall. And when you look back, you're going to say, Lord, how did I bypass them? I'm the way. Never despise small beginnings. God said, because what I'm putting in you is about to burst and be magnified. Never run from a challenge thinking that you can't do it. Philippians 4:13 said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But the problem, Natasha, we quote it. We don't live it. He ain't asking you to be a quoter. The Bible didn't say be a quoter. He said be doers of the word, not quoters. Because right now, a person can walk in here and say, oh, I know the whole Bible from Genesis to Revelation. Pastor Jane, tell me what's Revelation 11 verse 3. Let me go to my Bible because I don't know. But if they ain't living it, they ain't got the fruit of it, it makes no difference. He said, stop just quoting. I want you to do it. I want you to believe in the great I am. Because I am is great. I am already knows everything. Deacon Walter, that's what he is saying tonight. John, come on to the next one. If you had really what? Just like come to me. All the way. I know God. But if you really knew me, Danielle, why you worried? If Alex say right now, she called me and she crying and say, oh, Pastor Janie, please bring us some milk. We got all this cereal, but we ain't got no milk. We ain't got no food. And you say, Alex, when I come home, I'm bringing the milk. And I call you and say, Danielle, I just want to let you know I'm on my way over to your house. And you say, I'm pulling in the driveway. What's up? Oh, Alex crying because she said, y'all need some milk. Milk? Then you Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. The beginning of what? Now, I want you to think about that. He said, I'm the beginning. The beginning of what? And the Bible says in Genesis, in the beginning. But before the beginning, God. He made a beginning, but he was already self-existent before the beginning. So before the beginning, God said, I already had everything you need. But all I needed you to do was to know me. If you truly knew me when the enemy did something, you'll laugh. I'm going to tell you. I was talking to Christy last night. That was last night, right? I said, girl, every time the enemy, and I used to tell Anita this all the time, every time the enemy want to bum rush, listen to this, that devil, he wanted to distract me. And it's finna be something big. So I started saying, oh, this gonna be paid up. I'm speaking it. Because guess what? You think that I'm believing what you say? I know him. Chris, if you really know me, you would know who my father is. That me and my father are one. You would know that I'm the way, Chris. Chris, if you really knew me, from now on you'll know him and you have seen me. If you really know me, Chris, you would know that I'm the truth. So no matter what the devil say, when the devil say you'll never get it, when the devil say you'll never see them, you'll say, that ain't what the truth says. When you really believe that I am, you'll know that I am saying, let me do it in my time. Trust me in my time. Because when I birth something on the inside of you, you'll help somebody going through what you've been through. God, make me anointed. Fire, trials, tribulation. Not no handkerchief, not no oil. That don't get you anointed. I can lay my hands on you. That don't make you anointed. The anointing comes with a price. To illustrate the point further, Jesus told them this story. A man had two sons. The younger son told his father, I want my share of your estate now before you die. So his father agreed to divide his wealth between his sons. A few days later, this younger son packed all his belongings and moved to a distant land. Distant. Away from the truth. Away from the way. Away from the life. The enemy wants to drive us away from the great I am. Our life of abundance, Chris, it looked abundance, Chris, it looked like when he was going in the distance, he was going with abundance. But Chris, he was moving from the light. The enemy wants us to think one thing, Deacon Walter, but what the devil won't tell you is, I'm leading you away from the life to death. Then it tells us that he divided the goods between both sons. So guess what that lets us know? He said, if I end up moving too fast and I already know you, you may not know me, but I know you. I know you won't be ready. And what you would do is have some riotous living, and you won't even know how to budget your money. You'll lose everything that I give you because I already know what's in you. The enemy wants us to be like the son. The enemy wants us to be like the son. I want mine now. I want my husband now. And God said, no, I'm trying to do something on the inside of you. I'm perfect, God. No, you're not. That's why you make the decisions you make. Because you're not. About the time his money did what? When we began to go in distant places, Raquel, the things we left with, keep it. Because I am is the life. I am is the way. I am is the truth. Opposite of truth is what? False. Pseudo. So he's going to give you false dreams, false illusions, false happiness, false joy. It is not going to last. It is only an illusion. That's why he's saying you got to stay close to the Father. That's why when he say come to me, he ain't saying come to there. Come to me. Till you are in me. All the way. That's a story about a little boy that crying to his mom and said, Mom, I get tired of every time you put me in the bed, I'm always falling down on the bed, on the floor. I'm just so hurt about it. And the mama said, if you would stop laying on the edge of the bed and go and get in the middle, all the way in the bed, you won't fall. Because you're going to turn, but you won't turn to nothing but the mattress. God is saying on tonight, Linda, I want you all the way in. Because when times come and you are unconscious and you do turn, you won't fall and bump your head. You'll just fall to the other side. But when you're on the edge, not all the way in, God told me even today, tell them save money. When we prepare, and if the hours begin to get lessened, we already prepared. You know what? This is what the enemy wants us to do. You save some money, and you say, well, I'm going to use you, Deacon Walter. Deacon Walter pour cement. When it rains, they don't work. Sometimes, but the majority, they don't work. So it rained for a whole month, and you done saved up money, and then the devil say, you mean you got $20,000 and you got to use it? That's what it's for. But the enemy will have you mad.